Hello,
Hello,
everyone,
hello.
and welcome back to another episode of Two Idiots, One Console. The premise is we are two idiots.
On one console.
Obviously, today we are playing more of Timberborn,
Ta-da!
which we're trying to come up with another game that would be good for this. We're debating a couple of Minecraft-related ideas, but we don't really... Currently, I don't know if anybody would watch unless we're playing under a particularly interesting premise, because a lot of the videos lately are obviously things like, ooh, like 500 days in XYZ thing, doing something on an island in the sky.
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of them are like new fad content, so I don't know what it's gonna be, whether or not we would actually get any interest if we were playing something that wasn't essentially just fad content like that. But yeah, no, if we... Oh, wow, we've already got a couple of viewers. Hi!
I just announced it in all of all of my Discord servers. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, one of those is undoubtedly Bean. We'll see if their chat works today.
I was just saying,
And
we
they
were
just
debating...
said, can you see my message in chat? No,
Nope.
we cannot.
So, Bean's
Yet
still
again.
broken. But no, what I was just saying was, we were talking about, we might not continue, well, not never continue to do Timberborn, but I was thinking, if anyone would be at all interested in it, we might also do Minecraft content. The reason why I'm hesitant to do it is because a lot of the videos lately are all about, like, oh, 500 days doing Skyblock, 500 days doing in the middle of an ocean, something like that, and I don't know if we would end up doing a particularly interesting thing other than just running around and building things in survival.
Right.
Because that's what I like doing, so,
Bean said, in response to us not being able to see their message again, damn it, with a little angry face. And yeah, I agree with that.
yeah. Well, part 2 of that. So anyway, Beaver Game. My main goal in this episode, I think, is to get everything connected as closely as we can to the new district center. Obviously, we've already got the scaffolding and everything set up, so we'll just be increasing... We'll be increasing the amount of production of wood and whatever else we need to do, as well as I want to start moving as much of the wood production off of this main little ring of kind of islands here. Because I would like to have most of the food production be in this central area here, and then obviously we do have beavers living here, but we're going to expand that. So my main goal is to try and get the center connected, and then move the resources to where we want them, which I want the water production to either be in there, or we have this little section here where we could put some larger water, and then we need to also obviously set up all of the infrastructure to actually get those, because we do need things like treated planks, which requires a lot of other stuff. So I want to get going on getting all of that in the location, and then also upping the production of planks so that we can get to the center easier. Blech.
Alrighty.
That was a mouthful.
Yes,
Hit play
it was.
so they start moving. Alright, so...
Set it up fast. We need the tapper shack in order to get pine resin in order to
which I'm actually...
do wood workshop.
I'm thinking we could probably delete the... what the hell is that guy called?
Forester?
The Forester, and replace all of this with different stuff, which I don't want to do that yet, but because obviously we're still waiting on the wood production. But once we do
we're
that...
waiting on this to actually kick off. We don't have anybody in it yet.
Once we move the production over that way, why don't you go ahead and high prioritize the staircases and everything taking into there. But once we get all of the wood production moved off of that island, we can turn that into things like Tapper Shack for treated planks, as well as other things like you can make maple syrup from the maple trees, you can get chestnuts and cook them from the chestnut trees. And obviously the more of those things you have, well, obviously if you played the game, not obviously if you haven't, the more of those things you have, the higher the happiness of your beavers, and one of the semi-goals for this series is to get the beaver happiness all the way as high as it can be.
This number here that is fluctuating between a 9 and a 10 right now.
I guess it's called well-being, same difference.
Yeah, but this is, again, for those who may have missed it last time, this is the breakdown of how you get those numbers up. We could go into depth about it, but, you know, that's going to be a very long thing. If you want us to, go ahead and put it in the chat. If we see it, we'll respond. If we don't, either you are friends with me on Discord, or you have some other way to contact us.
Oh, I mean, some of the, we might actually get some rando viewers at some point here.
That is also potential. If if we get randos and we don't see your chats, sorry, because there's not much we can really do about that.
There's been issues with the chat. Apparently, if you're
Yeah.
using a VPN, sometimes Twitch shadow bans you.
Yeah, which we learned from our friend Bean yesterday, who is still unable to be in the chat.
So sucks to suck, I guess, if you like internet privacy.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got that all settled and everything
And
over
all
there.
of that's still going down
Which
the hole.
I think eventually what I want to do is I want to blow a hole off this way so that we can also use this area to plant and do other things. Because what I'm
we are
hoping
going
to
need
do,
to get to this anyway.
what I think would be neat to do though is I think it would be really cool to use each of the craters for something specific. You know, like one of them's something production, one of them's something else. You know.
Yeah.
Which I think would be kind of
idea, right?
ideas.
So this one is rather large. I kind of want to leave this one largely alone because it's going to be a pain, right? Because of how large that is. This one is relatively small in comparison, right?
We could put one of
So we blow enough of a hole that it all completely drains during the next drought.
And then we put a path down there and put the collection
put the path
site
down there and put the Badwater rig on one of these and just cap the other one, because we wouldn't need to put the Badwater rig on both of them, I don't think.
Well, maybe do it just in case. We could always just not staff one of them.
Yeah, that's
because it's how much does it cost to make?
We do have somebody in here, Jay Papalonia. They said gonna lurk in here, but I wish you luck in getting randos in here. Thank you. I recognize that username. I cannot place it off the top of my head. I am sorry.
Lurking is fine. Happy to have you.
Lurking is perfectly fine because that still adds to the viewer count.
Viewer count is God. Viewer count
right.
is God. All hail.
No kidding. Still haven't. Oh, we still need.
We're
the
probably
gears
not
and the
producing
planks
gears,
for
which
that.
which
that's gonna
we're
be...
luckily we're not in a dry season right now, so we should be producing all of that.
Well, this is taking up wood.
Oh, it is
But
taking up wood. Well, yeah, that shouldn't
it's not
cause
taking
a
up
problem.
that much, because it's only taking up logs, so I don't know why these are not producing more.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, you know what? I know where the plank's going.
Oh, yeah.
Right
to the
here.
thing that we prioritized.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Oh, okay, that's right. That's who I thought it was. Yeah, I knew I recognized that name. All right. Nice to see you, Corey.
And that's why I also recognized the name. I did lurk for one game.
Yes, you did. Yeah, so...
Hi.
Yeah. I know Bean is in the chat. I know everybody else that's in the chat should be able to see the messages in the chat, so... No, we are not doing Homestuck. No. I'm not even going to finish reading that message, Bean. No. I refuse.
Apparently not. Okay.
we do not need to start that whole mess. No. We're not doing that.
Alright, so continuing on, obviously...
Well, yeah,
do we have a forester? We finally have a forester out there.
No, that's not a forester. That's a lumberjacker.
Oh, I thought we had a forester in there somewhere.
Let me just go ahead and... Oh, we do have a forester.
Yeah, okay, we do. Is that area set to cut?
Yes, it is.
Let's double check that. That's not
That's
that.
the wrong thing. Oh, it's not.
See?
Wow, I thought it was. I thought it was. It should have been.
Alright, so, yeah, just mark the... however much you feel like marking.
I mean,
you're a little bit more of a perfectionist about it than I am.
Yeah. I am.
Which I'm hoping that the trees are going to grow on those little semi-dry areas. If we're having issues with it, once we have access to dynamite, we can always just blow out this area and let the water...
Yeah, blow out...
this area, pointing at the screen. No, that wasn't what I'm talking about. I just mean this, like, add a little bit. Just a little bit so that it's got the water it needs.
Yeah, we could do that.
I think it would work.
I like the idea of blowing this, though, and having it be kind of two separate rivers going into the same area.
Do me a favor and flip around there so that we can see if it's going to go anywhere we don't want it to, though. No, it shouldn't.
Yeah, see, it's just going to come this way.
Yeah, so
we just got to get it to actually go, which would actually mean putting
we'd have to dam it
either
up.
one levee here and then it'll go over the levee and this way both, or blowing a hole here and here, and we could literally just do one wide all the way through.
Do you think that would take away from the water wheel production, like the energy source? Because obviously, that's another thing that we should do in this episode.
Concern.
That is another thing that we should do in this episode, is we should start setting up a wind farm somewhere, which
we talked about.
We were talking about,
here.
either over there or to the right of it, which I think over there might be the best idea for right now.
If we're keeping, if we're not going to do much with this, like I was suggesting earlier, this area won't really get green anyway, so that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to put it there, too, is
Yeah.
because I don't see us greening up all the way that high. We would have to use a lot of fucking dynamite to get it anywhere, so...
Oh, yeah.
all
And then,
right, so
actually, the greatest part is, we could even put a suspension bridge across.
Put it onto the...
So we would need one a little bit shorter for here to get to across like that.
Yeah, no, and then that would work perfectly.
Right.
If you put it right there, we could staircase down to it and everything.
We don't have enough.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Whatever,
but,
we'll get there when we get there.
But then
We'll
we
get there
have,
when we get there.
like, we can path across that, and we should, keyword, of course, is should, be able to put these power shafts over
I
it.
think we can put it over it. Try.
I don't know.
Try. Because we could do that right now.
No, we can't.
Oh, not over the bridge. We'll see if it'll just
Yeah,
cross the gap on its own.
It
might.
It won't.
No, try it.
We've
It
tried
might.
to put them in the air before.
I think we've succeeded. Have we? No, we haven't. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll have to mess around with the bridges and stuff, which will
Yeah.
be fine. Either that, or we just produce on one side and store on the other.
We'll figure it out.
I don't think. Yeah, either way, we'll get something going. I think let's let them unpause that ladder, or not the ladder, staircase there.
This one, let them go up to this.
Yeah, let them start building up.
All right. Well,
Oh, and then the other thing that we were doing was we were.
we should probably.
Sorry, I'm
build
starting to
another
get the hiccups here.
Yeah, we should probably build another pile for scrap metal in this general area here.
Well, they're not going to be
somewhere.
mining it yet, so I'm yes, but they're not mining it right now, so I'm not as worried about it.
I'm not super worried about it, but I do think it would be a good idea.
I think if we take them up in this area right here, we can just staircase, and
Okay.
get them all the way up with no real issue.
Rotate.
Staircase.
Staircase, and staircase.
So that'll be
with
easy.
one bit of path there. And then
Why
if
don't
you
we
wanted,
start
we could
planning
either
out?
just put the large pile like that, or we could bring it back here and have room for two.
Well, no, because obviously we want to have the production happening over here, so we need to have it available for that.
Oh, yeah. So we'll just put it here, like this.
Well,
Well, that'll give us room to move.
I'm not worried about that pile yet. I more want to set up the wind farm and then things from that, which if you haven't played this game, windmills are a semi-reliable source of power. They don't always work. They work better if they're up somewhere like this. We should make we should
We
make
do
a
have enough
little
science for it.
we should make a little wood storage pile up here so that we can I was thinking much smaller than that. So that because obviously we're going to use a lot of this wood to create things, but
Yeah.
we should have a little wood storage area and then also a couple of lumberjacks in here to clear out these trees, because I don't...
Just 2 or 3.
3, just because they fit nice. And then
Yeah.
let's see where we could place a lumberjack and where it'll get to.
Let me go ahead and mark this for wood.
Yeah, which eventually we're going to move all of our lumber or not lumber, but we're going to move all of the plank
and
production
everything
up here.
All of the stuff that requires power.
Yeah. Which if we have to have 2 different power sources on either side, that's fine. I don't care that much. Alrighty.
Because I don't know what all is everywhere, and I'd rather just do that for now.
Yeah,
that'll
don't.
get rid of all of those.
I mean, I don't want you to go through and select them individually. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be so tedious. But if we
Alright, so
put
let's
this,
see. Put it a little bit further in and see what happens.
Yeah.
See if we can hit the whole... Because if we can get them to...
we can
that's
hit all
everything.
of the trees right there.
Alright, and then that's lined
and
up where we
right
could just put
there,
a path.
Which is exactly why I did that, actually. So
Good,
that I
good.
can just...
Oh, well, that's a little bit of an issue. Once
Okay,
they... Well,
well,
yeah. It doesn't matter if they can't reach everything all at once, I don't think.
I mean, this one can reach everything all at once.
Well, no, I just mean if the other one can't, I don't think it's the end of the world. So, like, if we
where
move it
is
closer on the
it?
path that's under wood.
Or I could literally just...
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's-
looks like it does still reach
Yeah,
that
it's still
last
so that
tree.
doesn't matter. Cool. So,
Yeah,
we'll.
it does still reach the last tree. Oh, great, a
Oh,
bad
cool.
time.
Let's go check on our. Because we were starting to put the contamination barriers in. Let's go start looking at that.
We never actually did.
Oh, cool. How much is it going to cost to unlock them?
We've got them unlocked. We never started because we were only just starting with the metal production.
Yeah, so start placing those for sure. Not there. I'm more worried about near
Over here?
this area, and they've already moved the levees back, so we can go ahead and delete all of the stuff that's in the way now.
Yeah,
And then
which
that
would
should
be
prevent it
this.
from taking out the berry patch.
We'll go ahead. Where is... we'll
Which,
go this
obviously,
way.
if you were here last episode, we had hella problems with food, so I do not want to run out of anything. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And then let's go ahead and high prioritize those and see how many they can get done.
And
Which, those only cost, what, 5 planks and 1 scrap metal?
5 planks, and one metal block.
Rather. Which I think we
Which
might already
we've
have
got
enough
12 metal blocks.
We had 13, so...
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we had
Why
enough.
do we seem to not have many planks? Oh, because it's... yeah, duh.
I don't know why they're not doing a whole
Oh,
lot
they're
with
already
the planks.
building the
Because this is already
staircases.
done.
No, look at how far they've gotten over here, too.
Oh, yeah.
They're...
We may need
How
to
did they
pause...
get those? Oh,
There's
staircase.
a staircase here. We may need to pause these.
Yeah.
So
Or
I'm
just,
gonna...
well, they're high it's, the other one's high no, it should be fine. The other one's high
Yeah.
prioritized, so they should focus on the contamination barriers rather than those. Which is a little disappointing, but it's fine. Which we actually might be able to switch the district center now if we want.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark those real quick.
Yeah,
for
pick
high
that up
priority
too,
so that
please.
they pick that up.
Oh, we might be able to switch the district centers right now. Which,
Okay.
if you want to, go ahead and pause.
Paused.
Delete the... We'll see if we can do this. Yep. So do that, and then go ahead.
Everything's immediately unconnected. Oh man,
Yeah, good
they
thing we
are
paused.
panicking.
Okay.
There's still a lot that is considered unconnected.
It should be fine. Because, the paths are fine.
I see what it is. We have to delete this because this part of the path isn't connected.
Okay, go ahead and delete it then.
So yeah, we'll have to delete this.
Yeah, so delete that real quick. Yep.
And we'll just
Make sure that that's full
set
out.
to 4. Then we can set this there.
And now it's fixed.
it's all connected.
There's the...
The only things
That's
that aren't connected
unconnected,
are
but
these, but that's because that's
yeah,
not
we were
built
expecting that, so that's fine.
yet. Yeah. All right. Okay. And play.
Alright.
And no panic from the beavers. Awesome.
They don't seem to give any amount of a fuck.
And we still have our 4 builders.
Alright.
Ah, crap, my phone. Okay. Being of the Dead said, Beavers, we work to earn the right to work, to earn the right to work, to earn the right to work, to earn the right to live, to earn the right to buy, to earn the right to die.
Right, Jesus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty accurate.
Okay, so go check on the... I want to see what the contamination barriers are doing again.
They're a little under halfway, but they're working on them pretty fast. Like
We still
they've
have-
already got the basis for them.
We've
all
only
pretty
got
much
about a
done.
day until... Yeah, a lot of them are pretty much done now. They're looks like
Yeah.
about halfway.
Most of them
through
just
them.
need to get the planks
Yeah,
over.
we just need the planks.
And that's where the struggle is the planks.
Go check and see how the plank production is. Like, I want to see the productivity is 61%. Check the other one. 90%.
90% and 50-something percent.
So that one's not doing so hot.
and it's dropping in productivity.
Is it getting enough power?
It's getting enough power.
Okay, so we
It's
must not have...
prioritized by haulers.
We must not have enough haulers, is what I'm seeing here. Which we're about to have an
So,
influx
another
of more
hauler post.
beavers. Yeah, so we'll have to do another hauler post.
That is in this.
Don't put that in the berry field, because they should spread on their own.
You wanna
Actually,
just
yeah,
put it
that
here?
works. That's perfect.
I figured, why not just put it right there? Max that out, because we're going to have, like you said, an influx
Yeah,
of
we're gonna have an
beavers.
influx of lots of beavers.
Do you want to up this priority, or you want to leave it?
Yeah. Let's see how close Whoop, pause. Alright.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and slam this down, and slam these up.
And press play.
here we go. Oh, hold on. I paused it again so we can pause these. Because we keep forgetting to do that, but I noticed it before it was too late.
Yeah, which that's going to be something that's going to be real nice to get somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we
Because if
might
we get
well,
those, you know, over into this area, even
yeah,
like
with
in
the
here
large
or
amounts of
even
water.
over here, it's just there's so much water, it's not gonna kill us.
Yeah, no, as you can see, so the contamination barriers do indeed seem to be doing their job, which is
Yeah,
great because that
and that
means
one's not
we,
even done.
yeah, probably will be in a, oh, no, it probably won't be until we're done with this season. So yeah, we can't do anything planks related anymore, which means it would probably be a really
Yeah,
good
it's
time to
spreading
start
through
setting
it.
up.
It got past it because of this.
Yeah, damn it. All
And I
right,
mean,
well,
to be fair, is also this area here would be screwing with it because
yeah, which we're gonna
we'll work
redo
on
all
that.
of this eventually here.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Well, for now, it's done all right. It's done better than it did the last 2 times.
Yeah, it's not killing any of the berries this
It's not
time.
killing anything I'm actively worried about.
Yeah.
All right.
Checking messages to see if there's anything from anybody else yet. So far, nothing. Okay, so. Yeah, alright, cool.
All right, so let's go see how far they've gotten on the staircases over there, and then I think we should be... Okay, so they haven't gotten past that, which is fine.
Yeah, and they
then...
can't until they get planks.
Yeah, which we won't have yet. So I think we should start working on the wind farm, like where we want it to be.
Okay. So we gotta come over for power, we gotta unlock the windmill, or we can wait and unlock the large windmill. But the large windmill requires paper anyway, and that's
Yeah,
a
and
whole
we don't
other
have
process.
paper, and
We're just gonna go
screw
with
that.
straight windmill.
So that's going to be, they're not going to want to go, okay, so what we need to worry about is where do we want the industrial section to be and where do we want the windmills to be.
So what I'm
Which
thinking right now,
Don't place
Right.
anything because I have my own ideas.
what I'm thinking is wind farm on this side, and then the industrial area on this side.
I was kind of almost thinking if we put the wind farm off this lip here,
Over
that
here.
it might be easy to keep them out, and then we can place them all right now and get them all set up together, you know?
Problem is, how are we getting them to that lip? I mean, stairs.
Staircase.
Literally just put a staircase down like right here or something.
Which, why don't we start with that so that we know where it needs to be, and then we'll go ahead and path through that
You wanna put it
area
right
a
here?
little bit. I was thinking...
I think it would be funny, but
Okay, sure.
And then
So we'll go ahead and path to
Boopity-boop.
that.
and then do we want to just keep the path along the wall for now? Because that would be
I want to put the... I think I want to put the windmills in and then figure out where to put the path,
okay.
honestly. Because I was initially thinking, yeah, let's do
We'll
the...
go ahead and unlock them.
Alright, because we can put them, like...
We can even get all the way over to here with them.
Which is exactly what I was thinking, and then hopefully no matter what direction the wind's in, they'll still get some.
Yeah. So let's... You want to start with the far end?
I think it might be more beneficial to start with... no, because they'll probably build it in the order. Yeah, just start with the far end.
And as you can see, you can't get them too close to each other, so...
Yeah, they have to be a certain distance apart in all directions because they'll hit each other while they're doing their thing. Because they will turn.
Yeah, they do turn. It does not matter what direction you have them, they will turn. Oh, that's going to be a pain. Alright, we'll put it here. Because that gives us room to get one there. There.
And then that should work there.
There. There. There. There. There. There. There. There. There. And then here, I actually am going to...
Yeah, because then
Do
that way
that
we can spread them
number.
out more. Which this looks like an excessive amount, but there might actually be like a lot of industrial thing going on here, so...
Yeah. There's more than likely going to be quite a lot of industry.
Which Which I'm also probably not going to set them to build all of these at once, but I would like to have limitless power. Unlimited power.
Unlimited power. Alright. So,
and then we're
there
going
we
to have
go.
to connect all of these, which I don't want to do until they've built them.
I mean, it shouldn't block them because the AI has gotten better, as we saw with when they were doing the levees over here.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead then.
Like, normally I would absolutely agree, but, you know, they have gotten better. Really? Come on.
Click and drag.exe stopped working. No, you need a turning one.
Really?
Yeah, you need one
Really?
that turns.
Really?
Did it just automatically replace it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there isn't a turning one down here.
Oh, they removed it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
thank
it's
you.
just straight, and if you look when it's not connected to anything, it's across. So they'll like it'll connect no matter kind of what position, and you can connect multiple into one spot. It looks like. So, yeah.
Well, that's
Thank
gonna make life
goodness
easier.
for updates.
Yay.
Less to upgrade, like
Thank
less
you,
to unlock.
devs. Bad tide ended. So let's go.
Pause.
We don't have to pause for the end of a bad tide. Don't pause for the end of a bad tide, in fact. So wait until that goes a little bit cleaner, a little bit cleaner, a
All
little bit
those
cleaner.
windmills remind me of several areas I've seen throughout Southern California. It has a semi-surreal feeling to it, and yeah, right.
Oh yeah, no, we drove through, we were in Southern California recently, and we drove through an area
We've been in Southern California twice.
Yeah, with all of these windmills up in the mountains, and they were like these weird hills, and like, oh my god. And then another time we were going to where some of his family lives in California, and we drove through this area, and there were all of these blinking red lights in the mountain,
and
but we
had
couldn't
no idea
see
what
them
they
because
were.
it was dark. We got in after dark. So we had no idea what these things are, and we genuinely thought for a minute that there was gonna be aliens or something. Like,
Yeah, we were both genuinely just a little freaked out about that.
because, like, you know, the first couple of them, you're like, okay, that's fine, it's just blinking lights in a mountain, but then all of a sudden there's a sea of them, and you're like, what is that?
Turns out
It was windmills.
it's just a bunch of windmills.
Because there was another time where we drove. California has been fun driving for us anytime we've been there.
Yeah.
There was a point where we left really early in the morning, and we were going on a specific road. I could not tell you the name of the road, I don't know, but we were going.
I don't even know the name of the road right
we
now.
were going, and it takes you, like, the first part you're, like, going up and over a mountain, right? So you're like, okay, whatever, and you can see everything. It was a little bit snowy, and I wasn't sure what kind of tires we had on the car, so I was worried about it, but I wasn't like, oh, this is the end of the world kind of worried about it. I was just like, yeah, something's happened. Like, we'll probably be fine. If we're not fine, we'll just turn around and go home. And then we get off of the mountain and we're down into this valley area, and there's like, it's raining and the whole thing is just fog, right? And we can't see anything. Nothing other than fog off to either side, but we didn't know we were in a valley now. We thought we were still on a mountain. Because
so
we couldn't tell.
Panicking.
Yeah, we genuinely, the entire time we were on that road, we thought we were going to die. Like, somebody would come flying, like, the speed limit was like 50 miles an hour, and we were like, they're psychotic. You'd go off the end, you know? Mm-hmm. And then, like, people would come whipping by us at, like, you know, Cali drivers drive fast sometimes, and they'd come whipping by us at, like, 60 miles an hour, and we'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would, unpause the water production, please?
Shit.
We would be, you know, we'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're gonna fucking kill somebody. You're gonna kill us. You're gonna kill yourself. I don't know. We're, like, having an existential crisis for these people. Like, fuck, man, they're gonna go off and die, you know? And then we're driving back.
I'm gonna go ahead and unlock the large water pumps real quick.
And we're driving back, and looking out the window, like, it took us a minute to realize we were in the same area, but when we figured it out, it's like, it looked like the Shire.
Yeah, it was so...
It was like beautiful, gentle rolling hills. The worst thing that could have happened to us had we gone off the road is we would have hit like the side of a hill to the right or to the left. maybe we would have rolled into a tree. But
Yeah.
the trees were so far out, like, we probably would have been able to stop by then.
Right?
It's
Like,
just gentle rolling hills and sheep and kids playing in the front yards of these, like, beautiful, like, really big properties, and we're like, what the fuck? We thought we were gonna die the whole time.
we genuinely thought we were gonna die.
And then we were on the same road again recently, and
Laughing about it again because
And this time
it
it was
funny.
it was foggy again too.
But this time we knew.
This time we knew, so we're whipping around the corners, and it was great. Like, we didn't see anybody else going slow, but it would have been so funny to have ran into somebody that was going like 10 miles an hour on that road like we were. I wouldn't have even been
Right.
mad. I'd be like, yeah, no, I get it. You genuinely think you're gonna die right now. I did
Right.
too.
I'm upping the priority of these real quick. Just so they'll at least get to this thing and have it shut up about being unconnected. They've started, but they're not gonna do much
Yeah,
except
'cause we don't
throw
have
some
treated
logs
planks
in
yet.
there.
Let's
We don't
see-
even have the gears to put in there right now, so they're just throwing logs
Let's
in.
see what progress they've made toward the windmills. Just because we haven't looked at them in
I
a
was
second.
literally just over here. You were not paying attention. You were telling the story.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it was a good
But
story.
we got this.
I thought it was funny.
And this. They're waiting on planks.
Oh yeah, and then if we're gonna set
Um,
up scrap metal, okay, so now I'm like, yeah, we could get the scrapyard.
Yeah. Which I did put that there.
Yeah. Because what I'm
You want me to
thinking,
do the pile for the scrap.
yeah, do it right there. I'm thinking, and then we could put something in that 2x2 right there. Scrap. There you go.
And also, real quick, Bean said there are several roads in California where it really does feel like you can't see 10 feet in front of you at night, and then you go through during the day, and it's a cliff. And it's like, yeah, there are. There are.
We just
But-
happened to find the one road where you genuinely think you're gonna die the whole time, and during the day it's like, oh, it's pretty here.
Yeah, during the day, it's like, oh, this is fine.
I feel like hobbits live here.
Right.
Nothing dangerous will ever happen here. We
I'm
made a pretty
thinking-
interesting zigzag.
Right. I'm thinking in order to get to over here,
We might want another
we
staircase.
may need another staircase over here on
Yeah.
this end to get to, like, in a few in between as well.
Which, let's go
thinking-
ahead and raise the production of,
The priority, you mean?
yeah, sorry, the priority of the lumber yards, the people that are gonna cut the beavers that are gonna cut down the trees. You know?
I'm confused.
Let's go ahead and up the
What
production
trees?
of these.
Oh, the priority again.
Yep. I can't English today. Oh, it was great. We recorded a video earlier. It'll be up on the YouTube channel, and I could not speak the whole fucking time.
No, you could not.
Couldn't speak, couldn't function. There was like one bit where he wasn't in the room and I was just chatting, and that was like the only time I could actually talk that entire video. It's
funny.
your fault. You're breaking
What?
me.
How is it my fault?
Because I can't talk if you're in the room, but as soon as you leave the room, I'm fine.
It doesn't mean it's my fault. Getting the paths to the
Yeah.
stairs.
Why'd that? Okay. Hello.
Oh, too close to the window.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure,
Safety.
that makes sense. Safety!
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 Alright, so now that all of those paths are in, they should be able to hit, if not almost. You know what? I'm going to put one more staircase right here, I guess.
Yeah, and then I figure we should probably get rid of a lot of these paths later.
Oh yeah, we will. They're not gonna need these paths, and we'll want them angled differently and all that and
Yeah.
everything. And
And then I'm thinking maybe we have, like, production... Well, what if we did, like, production on this side? So,
good.
you're not looking, but, like, what if we did production on the side that we've got? Yeah, that side. What if we did all of our production on that side, and then we have the bridge over to the right, and the right side is where we do all of the storage?
Yeah, we could do that. That would actually be a good idea, is just have this full of production, and then storage over here.
Yeah. And then that way we don't have to worry about it,
Yeah.
which is good. Let's go see how close we are to, oh god, what do we even want to prioritize?
I have no idea. Hey!
Oh, there we go, all planted. So then whenever those start growing up, then we'll go ahead and take out the mill that we have
They're
nearby.
about halfway.
Well, don't take, when they take it out, don't take it out all the way, like the forester, don't take him all the way out down here, because what we're going to need to do is start slowly transitioning patches of these trees into something else.
We could unmark all of this for cutting whenever, like, we just wait for these to actually start growing.
Well, no, because here's the deal. We need them to clear out the oak trees, because those aren't
Yeah.
doing us anything other than providing wood.
What we'll do is we'll tell it to just stop replanting these, right? And then, like, this section could be chestnuts. We add in these 3 back into pine. This we'll figure out.
Let's go see the tree types. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So,
like,
we don't need oak. Maple we do need.
Maple, what do we need maple for?
Maple syrup.
Oh.
Duh.
Hell yeah, beers. Chestnuts, chestnuts.
And then, so
pine
all we
we
need
need for
is
the pine resin,
chestnuts,
so
pine,
these.
which we don't need that many pine for the pine resin. I'm more worried about the food production. So I think I want,
so we'll
I want 3, that 3 level, right there, yeah. I think I want that area to be the maple trees, and then the rest of it I think I want to be chestnuts.
All of this chestnut and all of this
yeah,
chestnut.
and then basically what we're going to do is we're going to replace the lumberjacks with,
gatherers.
Yeah, gatherers, so that they can get the chestnuts.
I'm not trying to kick. There we go. That's interesting. That tells us how far things are from the, like whether or not they're a good distance or not.
Yeah, which we probably
we
need
should probably
to be...
prioritize the pathing.
Yeah, which we need to prioritize the one that's going toward that direction.
Yeah.
More. So yeah.
Which, honestly, we can just prioritize this top level, I think.
Yeah, just go ahead and prioritize. Yeah, it'll all work. So, okay, maybe not.
Or not. It's because of the 2x2s and the 3x3s. That's what it is.
Now we just have to do weird stuff to get it all to... There we go, that should be everything.
That's everything.
Alright, so now we've got those high prioritized. We need to worry about how to increase the efficiency of our lumber production.
Yeah.
The planks, because we definitely need some more of those. We're using a lot of them right now.
Which, once all of the windmills and everything are done, we just put a bunch in.
Yeah, so maybe we should just start planning that now. Because the main street, the straight from the stairs street, I do want to keep that where it is.
Okay.
So why don't we just start putting, because those are, yeah, so what if we, like right, yeah, so we can't put it there. Let's put further along there, it'll fit, look, left, or right, the other, yeah, that.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it'll fit here and it's just not fitting because of the tree.
It probably would. I'm not too worried about it right now. I mostly just want to get them down so that they're prepared.
Alright, so we'll put one there, one there.
Yep. And then maybe one across from it as well.
Right there?
Yeah, which we can't put them there yet. Yay.
Because of the trees.
Thank you, trees.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then with that, we should build some more of these.
Yeah, to go
get
ahead
them
and connect
where
them
we
in.
need to be.
Which I think if we just...
We can literally just connect one, and I figure we'll connect it right here.
Yeah, and then connect to this closest one right there, to the left of it.
So then maybe connect here instead, and bring it this way.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
gonna
work.
it's gonna have to drop down, which only takes 40
Vertical
science.
power shaft.
Yeah.
Will that connect right to it? Or do we have to do something different here? Jesus.
Boom. Yes. And then...
Maybe another one on top?
Yeah, if I can get it to let me.
Oh, it might not because windmill.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna have to redesign this.
So that's not gonna work there.
Maybe it'll work with
Which
that one right,
means-
the furthest, the closest one to us. Maybe it'll work with, like, if we put, yeah. So maybe if we put the up arrow right next to the staircase and one back, the up arrow, Jesus, vertical shaft, there we go.
You right here?
Yeah, try that, see if it'll, perfect. Okay, and then we should be
then
able to
pass.
connect
Boop.
that, which
Yeah.
that works,
Boop.
and then that. Okay, and then
now that
that'll work.
those two are supplied with power.
And then if we need to, we'll delete that and redo things.
Yeah, we'll figure
Drought
things
approaching.
out.
Oh, we do not have enough water. Okay, go check and make sure that all of those are staffed. They are. Okay. Pause. We need to pause. Alright, so let's start putting in water production somewhere else.
Okay.
Especially,
we can just slap a couple right in here.
what I'm hoping to do is put them in the main lake rather than in this outer area. Yeah, which that'll work. I know that'll be a bit of a hike for the beavers, but that way we can keep producing.
Yeah.
Because I think we're gonna have to.
I'm just gonna throw down as many as I can right now.
Yeah, let's
in
just
this
do
area.
the production of water.
Yeah. The water production central.
The
And
Isle
this,
of water production.
this is connected to the main lake because it's not dammed
Yeah, that's
here.
not dammed there,
So
so
we can just boop, 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 boop.
yeah, which that's going to be way more jobs than we have beavers for, so we're going to have to... Uh-oh.
I don't know if we lost everything or not.
Shit.
What happened to our network?
Are we still live? Can you hear us?
Turn off Wi-Fi on my phone.
Yeah, I'll turn it off on mine too. Yeah, we gotta fix this first. I mean, it says session timer is still counting, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I know we're still recording.
Bean, can you hear us?
It's gonna take them a minute to reply if they can.
I know.
What the hell?
Okay, that's bad.
What is going on?
Did the Wi-Fi go
This
down?
is saying attempting to reconnect here on the OBS. Disconnected. It says connected and secured.
Reload the site there. Oh, what now?
No internet. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Do you want me to do it, or are you gonna do it?
I just unplugged the one that flashes blue first, right?
Yeah. The one that looks more like a spaceship.
Yeah, I forgot I said that.
Okay. So I apologize for those of you tuning in through the YouTube video for the sudden pause and everything. We are having technical difficulties. Still able to record, but our stream just went down. It should be the lowest one that is black and looks like a power cord.
Okay.
Because it's a power cord. Again, we are two idiots. What do you... What?
Plugged back in.
Okay, good. We'll see when it pops back up. Come on. What the hell happened? Alright, so it says it's connecting.
Yeah, it's still flashing. Oh, now it's back into its slow blink pattern.
Hold on. says no internet.
Try again?
Yeah.
Both this time?
Yeah, try both.
Which one first? Does it matter?
No. Just plug in the more boxy one first whenever you go to plug them back in.
Okay. Boxy one plugged in. Flashy one plugged in.
Alright. We'll see what happens now.
Okay, the box is flashing. It's normal thing, or not flashing. It's doing its thing. The spaceship one has not done its thing yet.
Okay.
Okay, things seem to be doing what they're supposed to be.
Okay. We'll see what happens. What do you... Alright, says we're connected. And Twitch is not loading.
Can we look into it and see if there's some kind of connection issue that Spectrum's talking about, or? Honestly, that would be the first thing I'd check every time this happens.
Let me check the speed test app that I have on my phone.
Didn't you used to have an app that it would tell you if there was an outage?
Nothing popped up with Spectrum is the thing. That's why I'm checking this to see if it says anything about Twitch. Go away.
Yeah, God, I hope Twitch isn't down.
Yeah, because if it's Twitch, that would be the problem, you know. It says possible problems at Twitch. And the reports have actually kind of skyrocketed very recently. So, do we want to continue recording the video and post more content with the video? Do we want to cut the video?
I think we should probably cut things off here.
Okay.
So if you're watching the video, sorry that it is a little bit shorter this time. Obviously, we don't want to neglect our stream
duties.
viewers, so...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you guys do not get bonus content outside of listening to us try to figure out technical
What the
difficulties.
fuck is going on?
And whatever happened before.
We will be trying to see if we can get this up and going again, but until we do, this video is cut. We're going to upload this one. We'll just call the... Like, if we end up streaming again today, it will be episode 5.
Yeah, so
at that
it'll
point.
technically just be a different one.
And I'm
Yeah,
going to
no,
leave the
that
screen
blows.
right here because, I mean, it's
Yeah, there's...
kind of where I ended up pausing, and
Yeah, we'll just
it'll
re-open
also tell
when
me
we
what we
reopen.
need to do when we get back in here. So...
Well, anyway, we'll potentially see you later for another hour or so.
Yeah. This has been a episode 4, I guess, of Two Idiots on One Console. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye.